Oh, oops. All right, all right, all right. Good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to Coffee with T, and I'm T. Good morning, good morning. How y'all doing? How is everybody doing? Hi, Carolyn. Hey, Guy. Hey, David. Hey, Dana. Hey, Tiffany. Hey, Mo, Netta. Good morning, good morning. Hey, Jeremy. Good morning, good morning. Y'all share this on your broadcast. Share. Hey, Deidre. Good morning. Hey Netta, how are you? Good morning. Y'all excuse my hair because it's converting back to curly as we speak from the gym, and I don't want to put any products on it right now because I'm on my way to the gym as soon as I get off here. Hey Monique, y'all share on Facebook and y'all swipe and share on Periscope. I don't know how you share on Instagram, but however you share on Instagram if you can share. Hey Cinda Kathy, good morning, good morning, good morning. So I did a consultation with a young lady yesterday. She was asking about coaching her and her boyfriend. And there's some infidelity involved. So I want to just go over this a little bit. Hey, Tamika. Good morning. Hey, Sweet Mahogany. Hey, Tony. So I just want to share this with you guys, my take on it. And she said I could share, I'm not her name, but I could share the conversation that we had. Because I always ask, because that's called integrity. These little hairs are going to drive me crazy, but I'm not putting nothing on them because then when I get home, I got to wash my hair. I don't want to waste my stuff. So that's called integrity, to ask someone to share the nuggets that you got from the consultation. So she's going to do the recovery room. That was the end result, to do the recovery room, to do the work on herself to see if she still wants to be in a relationship. But she said she can't get over the fact that he cheated. So I have my little notes, of course. And he wants her to get over it. Don't we all want somebody to get over it when we cheated or when we did something to them? Like, it's like, how long are you going to drag this out and all that other stuff? Hey, Mo, the thing is, when we've gone through, let's just say betrayal of any kind, in this particular instance, it was cheating. When we've gone through betrayal of any kind, let me just say this to you. The worst feeling in the world, and this is for the men. This ponytail is driving me crazy. This is for the men. When you've done something to a woman, right, whatever it is, I don't care what it is, when you made her feel some kind of way, the worst feeling in the world for a woman is to feel like you have no remorse. That's the word. That's the worst feeling in the world for a woman, and maybe for a man, but I'm not a man, so the men can chime in. If the worst feeling in the world is to feel like a woman doesn't have remorse from the way that she made you feel, that's a terrible feeling, to feel like somebody just don't have remorse for your feelings. Like, you cheated on me and now you're telling me to get over it. So when men say, hey, Sharonda, so when a person says just get over it, it's a sign that you don't have remorse. That's not a good thing to say, period, to anybody. It's a conversation to have around it. Like, and this is what I teach couples when I coach couples together. We put some things in place, right? So number one, the first thing I told us, they need help, and I asked her, was he getting help? Well, she said she can't get over the fact that he cheated. She don't know if he's still cheating. I said, do you believe he's cheating? She said, no, I don't believe he's cheating. I said, did he get help? And I always ask people, the person that did something to you, the person that cheated, even myself, y'all know I got here by committing adultery. I won't do it again because I got the help that I needed. But the real truth is, nothing changes if nothing changes. If he did not get help and you guys have not dealt with the issue of why this happened in the first place, time to move on is over. I know that's right. If you have not dealt with the issue, like if you had infidelity in your relationship, hey girl, where you been? Tweet, what? We talk later. But if you have not dealt with the issue of why you got to where you are in the first place, it's going to show up again. Whether the person is cheating, beating, lying, scheming, whatever the case may be, if the underlying issue has not been dealt with, so the first thing I told her, get some help for both of you. Not only him, but you. You need help to deal with the fact that you're telling me that you just can't get over the fact that he cheated. So you need to get some help for that. You need to deal with some things on your own. And you need to make sure that he says he wants to be in a relationship. One, what is he willing to do to work this issue out with you? And what are you willing to do to work the issue out with him? See, when we think a person cheated, we think we get to throw them under the bus. Or if somebody betrayed us, we think we get to throw that person under the bus, or nail that person to the cross for the rest of their life. Hey, JB, or nail that person to the cross for the rest of their life. You don't get to nail somebody to the cross for the rest of their life. You don't get to throw up the fact that they cheated on you for the rest of their life either. Because if that's the case, you just need to walk away. And I teach this all the time. So, number one, I said, get help. Did he get help? Did you get help? Did y'all get help? Because your mind, the mind, this thing up here, if you don't have control over it, it will do things to you. Your own mind will drive you crazy. When you know somebody has betrayed you or whatever, a friend, your husband, boyfriend, when you know they have betrayed you, and even when the betrayal is over, if you have not gotten the proper help to heal, and that person has not gotten the proper help to be in your space, this thing up here will make up stuff. Your mind will tell you things that ain't even going on. So we got to be real careful, because we all have a past. So we all have triggers. So we got to make sure we're not living in one of our triggers for the rest of our lives. We have to make sure, like, this other person did this to me. So now this new person is walking in that person's shadow. So triggers happen. So we got to make sure that we do the work so that we don't operate in the trigger of the infidelity or the trigger of the beatings. You know, like a person who's been physically abused, right? Even though the new person that they're with, and I talk about this with my good friend, one of my best friends, even though the person that they're with has never physically hit them, but if that person does something like yell or they have a certain body language, even though it'll trigger something in the person who's been abused, right? So we got to deal with those triggers, or we'll think like, oh my God, he's getting ready to hit me. And this person has never ever hit a woman before. So you will self-sabotage. That's why I said get help, because you will self-sabotage that relationship until you talk yourself out of the healthy relationship that you're in with that healthy man who's not ever going to put his hands on you, but you are living in your triggers, right? Okay. So number one is get help, please, people. Please get help, please. That I could probably drop the mic right there, because nobody don't want to get help. Like I get help. I'm like SOS. Somebody help me. I'm drowning. I'm sinking. I'm in my own mess in my head. I'm letting people rent space that don't pay no rent. Like get some help and it'll help. Number two, I told her, listen, because she said, this keeps coming up. She keep talking about the cheating. He said he ain't cheating no more. You got to set a time limit. And this is where help comes in. You have to go and get the help that you need. So when I work with couples, right, or when I work with individuals, we set a time limit. The couples, okay, this is what happened. It was infidelity. I did this. I did that. That she wants to keep talking about, or he wants to keep talking about, because men want to keep talking about it too. But why you do this, and where you at, and who was he, and how big was his muscles? Men do it too, because I deal with them. I'm telling you, men hurt too. Men have feelings too. So we set a time stamp. We say, okay, I'm gonna coach you guys for 6 months, right? For 6 months, we're gonna work through this. So you get to talk about this for the next 6 months. And this is a nugget for people who have committed adultery or infidelity. Nobody gets to hold that over your head for the rest of your life, but you don't get to tell a person to get over it in a week or before you get the help that you guys need. So you got to come together to say, okay, I'm gonna work with Trey for 6 months. We're gonna work this thing out. But after the 6 months, or whatever your time, it could be a year. Some people need more help than other people. After the 6 months, we're not going to talk about this anymore. Because now, this person who was in our relationship, who disrupted our relationship, and the person we disrupted our relationship, we're going to deal with why infidelity even came into play in the first place. And we're not going to talk about this anymore, because we're not going to let a ghost ruin our relationship while we're rebuilding. Because you can't rebuild if this keeps coming up, because it's going to keep tearing down the house. Do y'all understand that? And this is what I was telling the young lady. You have to put a time restriction. You have to put a time on it that you're not going to talk about this anymore. Not only because it's tearing up your relationship and you guys can't heal, but it's tearing you up and you can't focus, progress, move forward, or be successful if you keep living in the past. Even though it's something that, and a lot of times we feel justified. Well, he did cheat. Well, he did. So let's have this conversation of how long are we going to deal with this? Is it 3 months, 6 months, or a year? And some people want to do this for a year, which is okay. But at the end of that year, good morning, we have to say, now we're moving into the next chapter. No, I'm sorry. Now we're moving into the next book. That book is closed. We've decided we're going to stay together. We did the work. You've gotten the work done. I've gotten the work done. We did the work together. I got to ask you all the questions I wanted to ask you about the affair and where you was at and indiscrepancies. And that don't make no sense. And we got to talk about all that stuff. So now we need to leave that here. It's called a clean slate. So then number 3, you have to make a decision to forgive wholeheartedly and give a clean slate. Segue right into it. Or you have to make a decision to walk away and give a clean slate. If you know, and I've taught this before, hey Dina, if you know that you are never going to trust this person again, there's a difference between forgiving somebody and trusting somebody again. Trust me, you could forgive somebody and live in the house with them and not trust them worth a dime. And you will be forever in a prison of worry. When he leave, when he came on, hey new MTV, when he leave, when he come home, what he smell like, what he doing, who he with, what time he came, you will forever be in a prison of mistrust if you don't make a decision. So you have to, after you do, get the help. Set a time limit to say, let's talk everything out. Let's get this together. Let's figure this out. Because we don't want to keep sabotaging it. I call it scabbing. You don't want to keep picking at the scab and pulling off that and giving that person power who's no longer in the relationship anymore. If you cannot get over it, you have to make a conscious decision to be selfless. You have to make a conscious decision to love yourself enough and to love another person enough to let the relationship go if you're never going to trust them again. Because what kind of life is that? Who want to be looking over their shoulders all the time? Who want to be in turmoil on the inside with headaches and stomach aches and back aches? If you're never going to trust the person again, be honest with yourself, because at the end of the day, eventually, whether it's 2 years, 4 years, 5 years, 10 years, or 12 years, it's going to end, because that person is going to get tired of it. And even though they are the person who cheated, and this is where the person who's been offended has to get the memo. Even though they are the person who cheated, they will get tired of living under a magnifying glass, a microscope. They'll just get tired of it and say, I know I cheated. I know I did something to you, a friend who betrayed you, a mother who wasn't in your life. I know I did these things, but I am not going to live under that rock for the rest of my life. You're not going to make me carry that boulder forever, and they will end up leaving you, which will be double jeopardy and double hurt for you, because you didn't have the strength, or you didn't love yourself enough to say, I don't deserve to sit here and turmoil in my stomach, in my head, in my mind with this person, so I have to let them go. So eventually they will let you go. So I'm telling you, don't ever make a person feel like, hey Sadie, don't ever make a person feel like you have no remorse. Right, the marriage quilt. I like that. That's the book. That's your book. That's your book. Oh, so don't ever make a woman feel like you don't have remorse. And women too, but men don't understand that this is what you're doing when you don't address issues. You make a woman feel like, get over it. That's the worst feeling in the world. That from my last relationship, one of the reasons why I left, really the main reason I left, because he wilded out in front of my son, but that's a whole nother scope topic, Facebook Live. But I felt like he had no remorse. And then check this out. It wasn't that he had no remorse. I just never was going to trust him again. So whatever he said to me was never going to be good enough. And I had to come to terms with myself on that. Like now at this point, it's not him, it's you. He said sorry. He said he ain't going to cheat again. And I've been through that whole roller coaster ride and all that. But you know in your heart and in your mind, Trey, that you're never going to trust him again. So you need to set this person free, because even though they have hurt you, they deserve to be happy with somebody that's going to give them a clean slate, or somebody that just don't know they past. Because we all got a past, or every last one of us. So I knew that in my mind and in my heart that I was never going to trust this person again. And I had put myself in a prison of looking over my shoulder and having bubble guts and my head hurting and wondering who he with. And I said, listen, you know what? This is crazy. This is madness. And I'm saying to myself, the reason why I'm mad is because he don't have no remorse. Everything he said to me, I'm sorry, I won't do it again, I promise, this and that. And it just, none of it was clicking in my head, because I knew I didn't believe a dang on thing that came out his mouth. Even if he was remorseful, I couldn't see it at that point because I was blinded by the fact that he hurt me. I was never going to trust him again, and then I was going to torture him for the rest of his life, and then nobody wasn't going nowhere to be happy. So, if you can't get over the fact that a person cheated on you, love yourself enough to walk away, because that's a horrible existence. And if you decide that you want to give it a try, these are the steps that you need to take. Number one, get help. Both. And if the person says that they want to be with you, make sure that they get the help that I'm telling you. So many women are doing the work. And this is a problem. I call it simultaneous healing, when two people are healing at the same time. Because one person healing and the other person not healing is a recipe for disaster. So make sure that the person is getting the help that they need. And if they don't want to get help, I'm sorry, they don't want to grow. And sometimes you got to go. And that's just the truth. And as much as it hurts, and they might be a wonderful, loving, good person, but if they don't want to get help for the problem or the issue is going to forever affect you. And you have the right to walk away or stay on the roller coaster ride. So you cannot complain if you decide to stay on the roller coaster ride. So, number one, everybody got to get help in the situation. Everybody. Yes, both need to heal together. I'm going to write a book called Simultaneous Healing. And it's going to be both people healing at the same time, because that's what we need. That's the way the relationship works. Because so many relationships, there's one person trying and the other person ain't. And then the other person trying and the other person ain't. Then the other person trying and the other person. And then it'd be just too much. And then before you know it, the damage cannot be repaired. Because two people have to be working on a relationship at the same time, simultaneously. Everybody needs to be on the same page. And so many relationships, one person is working so hard while the other person is lackadaisical, just sitting there like, if it work, it work. If it don't, it don't. And then when that person then work their finger to the bone and they tired, then this person starts to look like, well, I don't really want to lose her. So let me do this. And then this person is like, don't do it now. Because simultaneously, everybody needs to get help at the same time. And like I said, if a person is not willing to get help, then you're not worth it to them, and they're not willing to grow, because growth requires change. And so many people are comfortable in their comfort zone of dysfunction. And if you love a person enough, you tell them the truth and you say, listen, you need to get the help that you need to get the help, because I'm getting help that I need to get, because we forever need help, because something's going to happen. Trauma is going to happen in our lives forever. That's called, when the trauma stops, you dead. Or should I say the drama? Because something's going to cause you trauma. Something or somebody is going to do something that's going to hurt you, going to make you feel some kind of way. But when you are in healing mode, when you are in forgiveness mode, when you are whole, you operate differently. You react differently. So many of us, the point is get help. Get help. And if you were the person and you saying, I can't get over the fact that they cheated, if they didn't get help, then you shouldn't get over the fact that they cheated, because they're going to cheat again. I'm sorry to say it. I had to get help, because I had to figure out, why in the world would you cheat on somebody? Like, what's wrong with you? Because that's the problem. When a person cheats, they have to face the fact that something is wrong internally. And cheaters a lot of time want to point the fingers. Well, the reason why I cheated, because she wouldn't do this and she wouldn't do that and this, and I wasn't getting it. And they pointing fingers instead of dealing with what's internally going on. There's some voids that need to be filled. Somebody cheated on me. You know, it looked good on the outside. You know, she looked real good at the gym, or she looked real good at the party, or whatever. And they got to internally say, I have control issues. See, when you say, why would I cheat on somebody? That's a self-control issue. That's really a self-control issue, and we all have to realize that. And then number 2, put a time stamp on it to say, after 6 months, we ain't going to talk about this no more. Because who want to talk about drama? Who want to talk about the past for the rest of their life? Who want to talk about the fact that they got cheated on for the rest of their life? Who want to sit in the house with a person and say, you cheated on me in 2014, and it's 2019. Like, nobody wants to do, like, no. You cheated on me last year and you decided to stay. I got help. If they got help, I got help, and we said we wasn't going to talk about this no more. It's called self-sabotage. It's called sabotaging the relationship when the other person, the side chick, the side dude, when they no longer exist in your relationship, and you give that power to remain in the middle of your relationship when anything happens, any type of drama, any type of trigger, when you going through an argument, you get to throw it. No, you don't get to throw that in my face. Hey Tasha, you don't get to throw that in my face when we having a disagreement, not an argument, because we shouldn't even be arguing that. I'm 50, I'll be 50, but we shouldn't even be arguing at 50. When you have a disagreement, you don't get to throw up in my face the fact that I cheated in 1997. You know, because that is not gonna be your end all be all. I win this argument because you cheated in 2014. Like I'm so over it. Like, you still talking about that? That's called self-sabotage. That's called running a person out of your life. And you'll think, oh, he just want to cheat with somebody else. No. You're driving him or her crazy. Talking about that. Listen, I already told you, nobody gets to tell you to get over it. You go get help. You set a time. You stamp a time to say, this. We're going to talk about this year. We're going to go to therapy for a year. Coaching, counseling, the bishop, the pastor, the mentor, the whatever. We're going to go for 6 months to a year. And after that 6 months to a year is over, January, we will be in April 2020, this no longer exists. April 2020, we not revisiting this no more. Because then you, as the person who has committed the crime, get to say that if you got to keep talking about this, I'm going to excuse myself from the relationship. And you don't get to say, well, you the one that cheated. I'm telling you, I'm going to give you this time together with you for us to work this out. And I'm going to be an open book. I'm going to share my passwords. Everything going to be open. I'm going to let you know when I'm coming from work, when I'm coming home. Because I'm going to do this for this year so that we can mend, so I can rebuild the trust with you. But April 2020? That's it. If you can't, I love you enough to say I understand that you ain't never gonna trust me again, and I understand that you gonna walk away and have another man that you could trust wholeheartedly, or another woman you could trust wholeheartedly, and make a decision, ladies and gentlemen. If you ain't never gonna trust that person again, if you always going to be looking over your shoulder, if you always feel like you got to be the FBI and the CIA, it's too much energy out. It's like so much good stuff to be doing, like going to the gym, writing books, creating programs, loving yourself, hanging out with family and friends who love both of you. It's too much. If you not... Please release yourself. My partner ain't trying to do anything like that. It might be time to move on. Mr. Nobody, you got to ask yourself some real questions. You got to just really sit down. And it's hurtful because sometimes it's hurtful because you want to be with the person. But you deserve the best. Nobody really wants to be unhappy. Most women can't overcome a cheater. Best to just move on. Girl from Queens, New York, most women can't. And you know why? Because they don't get the help that they need. They relive and rehash and make up things in their mind about what it looked like and why he did it. When a person cheats, I'm going to tell you this, it has nothing to do with you and everything to do with them. And that's what we don't know as women. Thanks, Monetta. That's what we don't know. That's what we don't realize as women. When a person cheats, when a man cheats on a woman, it has nothing to do with the wife, girlfriend, fiance, and everything to do with him, his level of maturity, who he is as a man, self-control issues. Same with a woman. When a woman cheats on a man, it has nothing to do with him not being good enough, not being able to perform sex the right way, because you could teach a person what you need. It has nothing to do with who he is as a person. It has to do with the maturity level of that woman. With her knowing herself, what she needs, how to control herself, not living for instant gratification, but delayed gratification. Because sometimes you got to work some things out in your relationship when it's not meshing. But if two people are not willing to work together at the same time, it's a recipe for disaster and it's exhausting. Because everybody deserves to be happy on a daily basis. And we have to make that choice. I didn't cheat, she did twice. I want her to get help. She's not trying to be open. I'm going to say this. I'm gonna let you figure that out. She not trying to get help because she don't think nothing wrong, because she think that you not going nowhere, and she ain't trying to be open. Well, then there you have it. She ain't trying to be open. She got secrets. You're only sick as your secrets, and secrets destroy you. If a person don't want to be open, then individual pride and big-headed. Right. If you don't want to, if a person, you can't force a person to do anything, so you have to make the hard decision. And sometimes it's really hard when you love a person. That's all. So I gotta go. I love y'all. I'm getting ready to go to the gym. I gotta get out of here because I gotta go to the dentist today. But I love y'all, and remember what I tell you at the end of all my broadcasts. You deserve the best. Yes, I'm talking to you. You deserve the best. Now go get it. Peace and blessings. And remember Psalm 147:3. He heals the brokenhearted and binds up their wounds. Psalm 147:3. He heals the brokenhearted and binds up their wounds. Oh, Mr. Nobody. If you need help healing from this or processing this, please go to my website, www.traykearney.com, TRAYKEARNEY.com, and schedule a session with me. Anybody here who needs help to heal and get on the right path of making decisions, simultaneous healing by yourself, send me an email, trey@traykearney.com, and do a 15-minute consultation. The young lady that I talked to, she really felt so much better. So she's going to do the recovery room and go through the 4 weeks with me, and we're going to work some stuff out, and she's going to be happy again. Because happiness is inside of you, and you deserve it. So I love y'all. I will see y'all tomorrow at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for Coffee with Tea, and that's me. Peace and blessings. Hey, Corey. I love y'all, and I will see y'all tomorrow. Go to the gym.